Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 5 video on my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be taking you through the summer/wet season of Series 7 in Horizon 5, giving you all the tips and tricks to get as many points in this season to get the seasonal rewards and also be on your way towards the series rewards as well. So summer is the first week of Series 7. If you haven't yet got the update, your game isn't up to date, check the Microsoft Store, depending on whether you play on Xbox, PC, Steam, whatever. However whatever platform you play on, try and force your game to update. Maybe restart your console, restart your PC, and make sure that your game is up to date, because this is the first week of Series 7. We had the live stream last Monday, well this Monday technically, on what was coming in Series 7. We also got some hints to what is coming in Series 8 as well. So we have these 3 cars here, and if you take a look in your car pass, as well as this month's 4 cars, we also have next month's 4 cars for the German update that is coming on the 26th of May. So I'll keep you up to date on that as and when we get more info. However, for example, Jakexvx, he does lots of videos on leaks and new info regarding Horizon 5, so if you want to check him out, Jakexvx, I think he's actually online now, so Jakexvx there, YT. So, there's 54 points up for grabs in this season. For 20 points we have the first of 5 new Ferraris that are in Series 7. One of them is in the series for 80 points, the Ferrari SF90, along with the returning Ferrari 599 GTO for 160. For 20 points in the summer we have the Ferrari 250 GT Berliner Lusso. For 40 points we have the expensive Ford Mustang 71. I tried to sell mine for 16 million the other day, didn't work. Tried to sell it for 10 million, didn't work, so I gave up. I'm just going to wait for the price to go up again, because I probably won't use one, never mind 2. Anyway, so they are the other Ferraris. In autumn we have the Ferrari California T, which is returning from Horizon 4. Then in winter we have the Ferrari 512 Testarossa, and finally in spring the final new Ferrari, the F8 Tributo, again 20 points in spring. In the car pass this week we also have the 2003 Ford SVT Lightning, so if you are a car pass DLC owner, you'll be able to claim that from a Playhouse or Festival via the car pass tab. So they are the new cars that are coming this week. As I said, there's 54 points up for grabs, so in this video I shall take you through all of the challenges this week, which will get you as many points as you can of them 54 to get all of the rewards this week. Before we get on to this week's weekly Forzathon challenge, I would also like to say a massive shout out to Cole Palm, or Cole as he is sometimes known. If you didn't watch about a month ago now actually, I ran the Shylo Gaming 250 subscriber live stream competition. Cole Palm won, and his reward was a shout out in every single video that I do on this channel and promotion of his channel. So I'll leave a link in the description in a pinned comment if I remember, and also a link with his icon on the end screen of this video. So 3 ways to get to his channel from this video. He does lots of world record runs, rivals runs, sometimes PR stunt runs. He's very, very talented at what he does, so if you want to check him out, see some of his runs, please subscribe to his channel. I think he's on the way to 450-500 subs now, so please do help him along to his next milestone. That would be greatly appreciated, and it will definitely help him to achieve that. Okay then, so this week's weekly #Forzathon challenge is called Original Hot Hatch. It will get you 5 points towards this week's Festo playlist, and it'll also get you 80 Forzathon points or 160 Forzathon points if you own the La Casa Soligera house, VIP house, which gets you double Forzathon points in any Forzathon related event. So for Chapter 1, VW Carib, you need to own and drive the car that defined the template for modern hot hatches, the 1983 Volkswagen Golf GTI. So this is the MK1 or Mark 1 GTI. Currently in 2021-22 we have the MK8 GTI, well let's just say Golf. This was the original one, and as it says here, it was the template for modern hot hatches. Really, really good. I've always loved Golfs, like even these original ones are just so good. And when you see them on the roads, it's just really, really nice to see a bit of German excellence there from the 80s and 90s. So you need to own and drive this vehicle. So if I go over to my garage when the game loads, because it's been very slow, it is 20,000 credits in the auto show, so it's very cheap. I've got a B-class tune for you here if you want to download it. It's actually from the VW Golf Battle video I did with Robert a couple of months ago, 1 or 2 months ago. So again, if you want to go and check out that video, you can. It's on my channel, VW Golf Battle. It was released in the same week that the new Golf R from 2019, 21, whatever it was, came out. So yeah, this B-class tune is from that. So it has 222 horsepower, it's very light, it's got full aero, it's actually quite grippy. I think it's running sport tyres, so well balanced build, and for the Forzathon related challenges, this should be a good tune. However, if you want to upgrade yours to Mon B-class, even keep it stock, then that is absolutely fine. Completely what you want to do for this week's Forzathon. So once you've got in your Golf GTI and applied the tune if you want to, you can move on to chapter 2, which is called Pluebe Legacy. Sorry if I've butchered that pronunciation. So for this one, all you need to do is win any street race in your VW Golf GTI. So essentially, go over to your map, and to make it easier to see, you can filter it to street races, so you can see all of the street races. I haven't done many of them because I'm not a massive fan because of the AI, which very much annoy me. So pick any street race, whichever one you want to do, and just make sure you win it. For Forzathon events, you do not have to have any specific difficulty, so you can be on tourist, anywhere up to unbeatable, whatever difficulty you wish to do it on to make sure that you win. You can restart if you don't win, and then once you have won the race against the AI, then you can move on to chapter 3, which is called Project Sport Golf. For this one, you need to earn 5 stars total from Speed Zone, so whether it be 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, it might be 2 star, 2 star, 1 star, whatever combination to get you 5 stars. If you get 3 star, 3 star, obviously that makes 6 stars. You just need to get 5 stars or above total. So like you can get 2, 2, 2, and even though that doesn't make 5, it's more than 5, therefore it counts, if that makes sense. So basically, again, head over to your map, and to make it easier, filter to speed zones. If I just take the street racing one off and put speed zones on, pick any speed zone. So shall we say you've got the Punter Allen speed zone here. Depending on what tune you've got on, it might be a speed or a grip tune. You might want to go to the Mountain Pass speed zone. Literally just pick any speed zone. It can be the same one or different ones, and just get a total of 5 stars from that, and you'll be able to move on to the final chapter, which is called Best Selling Model. For this, you need to earn an ultimate skill chain in your Golf GTI. An ultimate skill chain is essentially when your skill multiplier is at 20,000 by whatever. So say the multiplier is 5, and the amount of skill score that you've got has to be 20,000. Once it gets to that, there will be a skill that pops up, say an ultimate skill chain. Once you've got to that point, you can stop, wait for it to add up all the skills. Once it stops, it will bank it. You probably have like 100,000 skill score, and then that is it completed, and it should then pop up at the bottom of your screen saying that original hot hatch is completed. And that is essentially all you have to do for this week's weekly Forzathon challenge. If throughout the week you need any help with the hashtag Forzathon daily challenges that pop up once a day and last for 7 days, let me know in the comments. I'm not going to go through them here, but if you need any help, then let me know, as I said. These Forzathon points can be spent in the Forzathon shop. So this week we have the Subaru 22B for 700 Forzathon points. It would have been a bit more useful last week when we had Subaru versus Mitsubishi in the trial. However, one of the PR stunts does require Subaru this week, so it is helpful. This is it's a non-auto show, so it is Festival Playlist Forzathon shop and auction house exclusive, so it cannot be bought in the auto show. So 700 Forzathon points, although it might seem a bit of a rip-off for this Subaru, it is a really good car. I DNF'd everybody in the lobby in one of the races in the trial last week, so it's absolutely brilliant car. So if you have some Forzathon points to spare, I'd recommend, even if you already own it, buying another one. We also have the DeBerti drift truck here for 200 Forzathon points. I believe this is in the auto show for a couple of 100,000, so personally, I wouldn't buy this one. We also have the bass drop car horn, so let's have a listen. Yep, so that is that horn. I tend to buy these because some of them are exclusive and it just gets rid of them in wheel spins, so I've got a few Forzathon points lying around, so I tend to just buy them. So that is the Forzathon shop for this week, if you're at all interested. Now then, we move on to the trial. By far, if you have this opinion, it is probably the biggest and best event in the festival playlist, because it gets you 10 points towards the festival playlist, which is just less than the fifth of the total. So it's a very good event for grabbing a load of points for completing 2 or 3 races. If you win the first 2 races in the trial, you will not need to do the third. If you lose one of them, you'll have to do all 3. And it's basically a best of 3 against the AI. Obviously, it's half of the points needed for this week's new Ferrari 250. So I'd recommend, if you have the Hall of Fame unlocked and you have Xbox Live Gold, that you complete this. If you don't have the Hall of Fame unlocked, you can hop in a convoy with a friend or somebody that has the Hall of Fame unlocked. You'll be able to complete it that way. And although it won't mark it gold, you'll get the points added on to your total on the left. If you do obviously have Hall of Fame unlocked, I did a guide on that on my channel within the first few weeks of Horizon 5 coming out, so if you backtrack through the videos, the Horizon 5 videos on my channel, you will find how to get to the Hall of Fame. This also gets you a Playboy Mexican suit, so there's a bit of a theme because it's the Cinco de Mayo festival. I think Puebla's got something to do with it. I don't know whether it's an artist or something like that. Anyway, so it's road racing and you need an A-class truck, so it's going to be interesting because trucks don't turn anywhere, never mind in the hands of the AI and some randoms that tend to ram and dive bomb you and also brake check you. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I'm very thoroughly looking forward to doing this one just for the chaos. So A-class trucks, obviously you've got the Mercedes tank pool, you can see on the thumbnail there. That one doesn't turn, which is why I didn't pick it. You've also got the Volvo Iron Knight. Is that in this game, or am I know it's in Horizon 4, I don't think it's in Horizon 5, so the only other option is the Mercedes Unimog, and that is the car I'm going to be using, so I'm going to head over to my garage now and show you the tune. Okay then, so this is my Mercedes Unimog. It can be purchased from the auto show for 100,000, so it's actually cheaper than the tank pool that you saw in the thumbnail there. My A-class tune is running the off-road tyres that come stock with it. I don't think you can actually change the tyre compound if I remember rightly, so it's like some really funky off-road tyres. It's also got the 2,400 horsepower 12.8 litre inline 6 diesel engine that is available, and that's the same engine that's in the tank pool, I think, actually. So 6,000 newton meters of torque. However, even with full weight reduction and that massive thing removed off the back, it still weighs at 5.5 tons, which is about 3 times the average family car, so you can imagine that it doesn't turn. And for some reason, despite testing multiple settings on this vehicle, I could not stop it from tipping over. So if you use this tune, try to be careful going around the corners, because it has a tendency to just fall over. And obviously that's not going to be very helpful if you are in the middle of the road trying to win a race, so just be wary of that. It's a bit interesting, but this tune can be found under my Gamertag Shylo 2017 if you want to check it out. Okay then, so we have another event lab this week, carrying on the event lab theme from Series 6, however there's only one rather than 2, so this one is from Unworthy Pleb, and they present Horizon Jungle Cruise. This will get you 3 points and a Lambo LM002. The description of this is: turn your trucks into a riverboat and travel along the beautiful riverway of the jungle, lots of props and decoration, enjoy. And then in asterisks is there, use trucks. So by that I assume he's American and he wants us to use like pickups, because the theme is B-class pickups and 4x4, so essentially he's telling us to use like pickups, Ford Raptors, stuff like that. So again, I'll head over to my garage and show you which car I'll be using. Okay then, so following this person's advice, I have chosen the 2017 Ford F-150 Raptor. This is available in the auto show for 63,000 credits. So my tune has the off-road tyres. I think I've got rally tyres on it actually, so it grips off-road and on the road. It's got 480 horsepower, 580 newton meters of torque. It weighs just shy of 2 tons. It's got that really nice farmer's kind of thingy on the back, as well as the tow bars on the front and a nice diffuser. It also has a Mexican police livery that was in my suggested. So although this tune might not be very fast, it's going to be quite cool to use on this jungle cruise, and I have to say from reviews that I've heard of this event lab, it is very, very good, and it's a very enjoyable experience. So take your pick up and 4x4, whether it be this or any of your choice, and take it in the event lab. Again, I don't think difficulty matters on this one, but to be sure, put it on highly skilled or above, because you'll need that for the championships. Okay then, so we're back to a more balanced festival playlist now, and again we have 3 more PR stunts as was usual in the beginning of Horizon 5. So each of these PR stunts will get you super wheel spins for each of them, so 3 in total. Sorry, I went blank there. They'll also get you 2 points each, so 6 points in total towards the festival playlist. So the first one is the La Mesa Danger Sign, where you'll need an A-Class BMW M3 specifically from 2008. So you actually win that if you're an eagle-eyed person. You actually win that from the Chihuahua Express. So although the M3 is available in the auto show, wheel spins, if you don't want to buy it, do the championship first, which I'll go through after the PR stunts, and then you'll be able to complete it. So as you can see, it's kind of an off-road one here. You're going to want to come down here and hit it, and you need, if I can get over it, 185 meters for this one. So it's not quite 3 stars, so a bit of an easier objective hopefully. Again, this car has a bit of a glitch in the PI, enabling me to install the 2JZ engine and max it out basically in A-Class. So it's a bit of a mental tune, so all I can say is good luck. Okay then, so as usual, tune can be found under my Gamertag Shylo 2017. Here we go, 1300 horsepower, off-road race tyre, rear-wheel drive M3. So I'm going to try and put it in 4th, maybe 5th, just to try and reduce the wheel spin. We'll pick up speed as we get through the corner here, hopefully, if it'll turn. Right, I'm hoping that we're going to be alright here. Yes! So it turns out, even with a horrible run-up like what I got there, it is still possible to complete this, and I think that was actually on the verge of 3 stars as well. So that is that danger sign completed with the most funky tune ever for the La Mesa danger sign. Moving on then, we have the San de las Minas speed trap. Again, I've butchered the pronunciation of that, I apologise. God, I can't speak. Where for this, we need a B-Class Subaru, so relating back to the Subaru 22B that is in the Forzathon shop if you want to use that one. So as you can see, it's here, kind of at the bottom of the volcano, where maybe if you want to kind of cut off here, I'm not really sure. I'm probably just going to do it the normal way, because although I'm not a normal person, I'm not going to take a risk. So we need 120 miles an hour for this one. Theoretically you could actually come up here, to be fair, so I might try that. So I'll show you my garage now to show you the available options I have for this one. Okay then, so 2 options for this one for me. I have the Subaru 22B that we spoke about earlier, which I used in last week's trial. Absolute legend of a car. And we also have the 2005 Impreza STI, both equally good. That's actually got just about the same horsepower, so whichever one you want to use, I'm probably going to use the 22B just because it is an absolute legend of a car. Right, so I'm starting quite a way down the road here just to make sure that I get enough speed, because obviously it's B-Class, so it's not the fastest, but I also don't want to have to redo it on camera, because although it makes me look like an absolute buffoon, it takes a lot of time out of the recording and makes it look longer than it needs to be. So I'm coming up on here. Please have enough speed, please have enough speed. Yay! 121.46 miles an hour, so closer than it may needed to be there, but anyway, that is the speed trap completed. Okay then, so the final PR stunt of this week is the Camino de Montana drift zone, where you'll need an S1 class drift car and you'll need 140,000 points on this drift zone. So I'm going to start up here, I'm going to come down and finish wherever the finish line is around here. So it's actually, for me, I'm quite good at drifting. I mean, I'm not good, but I find it easy enough to drift. For some people, I know they struggle with drifting. My main tip basically is to use manual transmission, turn off traction control, stability control, all of that rubbish. Put it in like 3rd or 4th gear, depending on the car you're doing. Get used to the gear ratios. And whenever you feel like you're losing it, just turn the other way, get off the accelerator, maybe put a bit of brake on to try and regain control. With the Formula Drift cars, if you're using one of them, they tend to have a lot of steering angle, so it's quite hard to spin them ones out. So I'm going to be using the Formula Drift M2 for this one. It's completely stock, so there's no tune for this one, so Formula Drift BMW M2 is the one I'm going to be using. A little fun fact, this is pretty much the car that I used to complete the majority of the drift zones in Horizon 5 when it first came out. I literally fell in love with the thing. It's just an absolutely insane car. The M2 competition is one of my dream cars. To see it in a Formula Drift car and be so good was just absolutely amazing for me. And as you can see, it can hold a drift like nothing else. It is just insane. I find it very hard to spin it out, which means it is very easy to drive. Obviously I'm using 6th gear here, so it depends on the car. Obviously I've got 8 gears in this car, so depending on your gear ratios depends on the gear you're going to want to take. But it's just an absolutely incredible car. So that is the drift zone, easy enough for me. Again, if you're struggling, just try and control the car by switching around with the wheel. Now then, we move on to this week's seasonal championship. So we're back to the standard 3 seasonal championships now in Series 7, unlike in Series 6 where we had like 1 or 2 if that. So again, echoing what I said earlier, if you complete the Chihuahua Express championship, you'll get the M3 that you need for the danger sign if you haven't unlocked it. So all of these championships will get you 5 points each, so completing 2 of these plus the trial will get you all that you need for the new Ferrari. Obviously you want to complete as much as you can, so if you're not just going for the Ferrari, you're going to want to complete all of them, which is why I'm going to go through all of them. So Chihuahua Express is road racing, and you need anything from S1, so basically anything that you've got tuned in S1 that you feel is a good car, you can take for this one. A little note for all the championships, they need to be on at least highly skilled driver tires or above, so make sure your difficulty is set to highly skilled or above. So I've got a couple of cars that I can show you in my garage that I can kind of share with you to get this championship completed. Okay then, so a couple of tunes that I've got that would be quite good for this championship if you're struggling to think of ideas or haven't got many tunes. So firstly, we've got the 2014 BMW M4 Coupe. This one's tuned by Wolf, so you'll probably seen him in the comments. His YouTube name is Andrew Ayu, so you might have seen him in the comments. His gamertag is Wolf 728. Oh bugger. That is literally my toggle. It keeps doing that and it's very annoying. My toggle just flicks around wherever it bloody wants to. Right, let's just keep going down, see if we can find him. There we go. So you can see his gamertag there, Wolf 728. If you type that in, you will find this tune. Then we also have, quickly to mention as well, this Liberty Tacoma you can use for the drift zone. I kind of forgot about that, so you can use that for the drift zone as well. So also for this championship, we've got the 2016 Dodge Viper ACR. This is tuned by Dobra, so his gamertag is Andrew #9565. I'll try and remember to put these in the description for you for reference. So this one's quite a well balanced rear wheel drive purist kind of build. We also have my tuned Ford GT, so this one's by me. We also have my McLaren 620R that featured in the McLaren video I did a couple of weeks ago when they came out. The Mercedes AMG GTR, so they're the cars that I'll probably be taking one of for this championship. Okay then, so the next championship is called VW Carib Legends, so referring back to the Forzathon name. So this one will get you a Mexican traffic light and 5 points. This one's dirt racing and you need a B-class Volkswagen Golf. So obviously if you're using my tune for the Forzathon, you'll be able to use the GTI from 83 for the Forzathon. Otherwise I've got a couple of other Golfs that I used in the VW Golf Battle video that I did a few months ago. Okay, so I've only selected 3 of the Golfs from that video because not all of them were absolutely brilliant. So obviously we've got the 1983 Golf for the Forzathon. The 2003 Golf stood out to me. It's not very good on braking, so you have to brake earlier with this one. However, it's got a lot of power and it's very, very fast on the straight, so quite a nice one. I've always loved that kind of Golf, the R32. We also have the Golf R from 2010. I quite like that one because it was also quite grippy. However, all of the others are equally as good as well. I just picked these ones out because they stood out to me when I made that video. The final championship for this week then is called La Fiesta, and this will get you the number 14 Ford Fiesta BF Goodrich rally car that you can see in the thumbnail there. This one is street scene and you'll need anything from Ford that is A-class. Heading over to my garage then, I actually only have 2 Fords in A-class that are tunes like kind of for this championship. So there's the 2009 Ford Focus RS. This was kind of a bit of a quick tune I did when the game first came out, so I would only use this one as kind of a last resort. However, it's got a decent amount of power, nearly 400 horsepower. It is very light, and I believe it's running sport or semi-slick tyres, so it's also very cheap at only 25,000, so if you wanted a budget build, this one will be ideal. In addition, we've also got the 2018 Ford Mustang GT that I used last week for the Muscle Car Championship. This one's running rally tyres with the wing, and whilst you do get a bit of understeer, it's very, very good on the straights with nearly 500 horsepower, and it's just an equally well balanced build. And again, at only 40,000 credits, it's a very, very good budget build and realistic to what the price is in real life actually. So personally, I'll probably be taking the Mustang GT for this one. Okay then, so now we move on to the challenges section of the festival playlist. So firstly we have the treasure hunt, which is called Fireflies. This will get you 3 points and 100 Forzathon points towards your Forzathon shop. So they've kind of been doing a theme with that, because originally the treasure hunts were 50,000 credits. Last week it was 100 Forzathon points, and this week it's 100 Forzathon points. So I quite like that actually. It changes it up a bit and gives you Forzathon points to spend on them very expensive cars in the Forzathon shop. So the treasure clue for this one is fly the fire like a bird to collect 5 stars. So essentially what this means is you need to hop in the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am that you can see in the thumbnail there, and then you need to earn 5 stars from danger signs. That is simply it. So I've created a tune to make it a bit more fun and quick for you, so I'll show you that now. And essentially you need to go to any danger sign on the map of your choosing and earn a total of 5 stars, so 3 star, 2 star, 3 star, 3 star, whatever, and then it should pop up. Okay then, so as you can see, my tune here is called Treasure Hunt. It is S1, it's all-wheel drive, running drag tyres and rally suspension, just so that when you hit the danger sign ramps, if you're choosing the danger sign where there is a ramp, you don't lose as much speed as if you're running like race suspension, where the ramp will slow you down. So it's running the 7.7 litre V12 from the TVR Speed 12 with 1,307 horsepower, so the maximum amount of horsepower I think that you can get from this car. Very good acceleration, very good top speed, really, really cool car. So essentially, pick any danger sign off the map. So for example, you could pick the one at the festival where you go down the drag strip and the danger sign is at the end here. Earn 5 stars, it will pop up saying that you have completed the treasure hunt, and then I will show you where the treasure hunt is, where the treasure chest is located. Sorry, I just absolutely malfunctioned there, I couldn't get my words out. So if you do not want to see where the treasure hunt is located and you want to find it yourself, pause the video now, go and find it yourself, or skip about 30 seconds in the video so that I don't spoil it for you. Okay then, so as you can see here in the festival playlist, once you're completed, if you pop into the festival playlist you can see a bit of a clue as to where it is, so that is what it looks like. If you head off the road here, and you head a bit down here, I believe that it is behind I think I've got the right place. Have I? Or maybe I've gone to the wrong place. Hang on. Just let me... Never mind. Don't listen to me because apparently I don't know where I'm going. Right, let me just come over here a bit. Apologies for this. I've recently decided that I don't want to actually tell you where stuff is. Anyway, I found it. I think, yeah, there it is. Sorry, I just took the wrong exit. So if you follow the road, come off just before the bridge. So let me show you on the map here. So if you come along here, you come off just before the bridge here, and you head down to this location. You'll see it's kind of hidden behind the boats. Never mind. Hang on, 1 second. There we go. I got it in reverse. Fireflies has therefore been completed, and you'll get yourself 100 Forzathon points. I apologise for that. Apparently, I'm being a bit mean and I don't want to tell you where it is, but there you go. That is exactly where the treasure hunt is located. Right then, so this week's photo challenge, hashtag festive colours, wants you to photograph any car in Guanajuato decorated for Cinco de Mayo. This will get you 2 points and the Roll Urias cap clothing reward. So hop in any car. You might want to stay in your Pontiac if you're in your Pontiac. And then you're going to want to head over to Guanajuato, which is this big lump of road here. You're going to want to drive or fast travel here, and you'll see that there's buntons like in the air above the streets hanging off the buildings. You just want to take a photo, maybe get some of the buntings in, get your car in, some of the decorations that are there for Cinco de Mayo, and that should be the photo challenge completed. Okay then, so this week's Horizon Open Challenges is called Skilled in Speed and wants you to maintain a speed of at least 100 miles an hour or 161 kilometers an hour in any Horizon Open custom race for 10 seconds. This will get you 50,000 credits and 2 points towards the festival playlist. So essentially, go into your pause, go across to online, enter Horizon Open, go across to the custom racing, pick any of the categories in the custom racing, and then once you get in a lobby, you just got to maintain that 100 miles an hour, 161 kilometers an hour for 10 seconds. So if it's a sprint race, for example, where there's a long straight, you're going to want to try and maintain for as long as you can. You could be tactical and just stay at like 105 miles an hour, because then you're not covering as much distance quicker, meaning that there's more chance for the 10 seconds to count along while you're going along said straight. Because if you went full throttle, you might complete this straight in less than 10 seconds. If you're going 105 miles an hour, for example, you might have time for the 10 seconds to count, if you see what I mean. Otherwise, you could just take the Lamborghini Sesto and just go in an S2 lobby and just drive around every corner at 200 miles an hour if you particularly wanted to do that. So that is essentially all you need to do for that challenge. And finally, for this week's video is the monthly rivals at the Player Azul circuit, which will get you 4 points towards the festival playlist. So this is a monthly event, which means you can complete it in any of the 4 weeks and it will add the points on. So if you complete it this week, in autumn, winter and spring, you will start on 4 points because you've completed it as a monthly event. If you complete it in any of the other weeks, it will add points onto the previous weeks if you don't complete it. So do not worry about completing it this week. I will go over it in every single video I do in this series, as I always do, and to make sure that you don't forget to complete it by spring. So essentially, by clicking on this or going over to the Rivals tab and clicking Monthly Rivals, it will automatically put you in the brand new Ferrari SF90 that we've got at 80 points in the overall series rewards, and it will automatically take you to the Player Azul circuit. All you need to do is wait for it to load, and once it loads, you just need to post a clean lap. So the way to know whether it's a clean lap is if it's got a yellow exclamation mark next to it. If your time is just the time and nothing else, that means it's clean. If it's got a yellow box with an exclamation mark in it, that means it is dirty or flagged. So essentially all you need to do to make it clean is avoid hitting walls, that gets you flagged, avoid missing checkpoints, that gets you flagged, and avoid using rewind again, that's get you flagged. You will occasionally fluke it if you like clip a wall like a drift tap, but if you absolutely smash into the wall like a wall rider or a dive bomber, then it will just dirty it. So don't worry, you can keep going around, you don't have to beat whatever rival it gives you. Once you've done that, just quit and it will have it completed. Okay then, so that is this video done, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy completing this week's summer challenges and getting this week's rewards, the Ferrari and the Ford Mustang. If you get full points in the festival playlist, you'll be well on your way to unlocking the Ferrari SF19, the 599 GTO. I will hopefully be back at some point during the week with a video on either the Ferrari or the Ford Lightning that is in the car pass. Most likely the pick up the Ford Lightning, because personally I think it's a cooler car. I have also got a Forza Horizon 4 video coming up, which is a bit of a surprise, because if you're eagle-eyed and you follow me on Xbox, you might have noticed that I was on Horizon 4 last weekend. So I recorded some gameplay, and I've got a video scheduled for over the weekend for you on that. So if you want to see that, then please do subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to click the link on the end screen or in the description to visit Cole Palm's channel and hit the subscribe and turn the notifications on his channel as well. That is more important than subscribing to my channel, because he deserves it more than I do. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.